Greetings, Radioland. My name is Vince Nicholas, and this is West Sac Best Eats Episode 2, airing only on KYWS 92.9 FM on your radio dial, serving West Sacramento. Today we're talking about Treehouse Cafe on 3rd Street. I'd like to welcome my wife, my sparkling wife, Carolyn Nicholas. Honey,
Hello.
Please say hello.
Hello.
And we're talking about Treehouse Cafe. Thank you for coming on today. Thank you for being my guest. Thank you for being in our home and cooking me a fabulous lunch.
You're welcome.
We're talking about Treehouse Cafe. It's on 3rd Street in sort of the old West Sacramento area. It's very close to the Pyramid Building. Like, we literally parked near the Treehouse a week ago, walked by the Pyramid Building, and did the whole Old Sac dealio. We walked to Doco, actually. We did a long walk. Anyways, so we ate there about... Well, it was February
13th.
Right, which was about 5-6 weeks ago. And we'd seen it on like Yelp and Instagram. They generally do breakfast. They have a lot of eats, but it looks like they specialize in breakfast based off their menu. They have a lot of egg things, breakfast burrito, things like that.
When I first looked at the menu, it looked mostly like coffee, actually, to me when I first looked at it. So then I was surprised that they have actually quite a lot of food there too.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's a house is what it is.
Yes.
It's an old school West Sac kind of midtown house. It's small and it's in a mostly residential neighborhood, although down the street is Burgers and Brew and Devil May Care ice cream. But it's a house that they converted into a sort of cafe with a kitchen. There's no inside seating.
Yes, it's a very small house. You walk in and order at the counter right through the door.
Right.
And then you go outside, sit down, and they bring your order out to you. The yard and the outdoor area is really big.
Right.
The building itself is very small.
Yeah, they're going for a backyard feel, like lots of patio furniture, and lots of plants and garden.
Orange trees, tons of trees. It's really cute. It's beautiful. And
due to COVID, the place is already small, but due to COVID, they only let in one group of customers at a time, so we had to wait a little. But you walk in, and it's literally a counter, and two girls taking your order, and they have the glass case with like bakery and pastries and all that. And the menu's right there, and you just place your order, and then they kick you out, and they give you a number, and they'll get your food to you based on the number on your table.
Correct.
Now, how would you describe the ambiance?
Well, the ambiance, as you said, it's all outdoor.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's very casual.
Oh yeah, it's like you said, it's a backyard hanging out type of feel.
Right.
It's very casual.
Right. The seating, some of it is picnic benches with which
picnic benches.
I don't like picnic benches.
You need back support.
I'm an old man. I'm 43. I need to lean back and sip on some lemonade and watch life unfold before me.
You need to rest your old bones.
I need to rest my old bones. So these places such as Lowbrow in Midtown with their picnic benches, I don't understand.
You can't do rustic, honey.
I don't understand picnic tables. When did this become a thing to sit to not have back support?
You need a lazy boy with a TV tray.
Right. Why don't they have recliners at cafes is my question. But there are some seats with back support at tables, but they also have the picnic benches. And it was very busy when we went, and most of the seating was taken, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. So we ended up sitting at a picnic bench.
Yes, and I needed shade. I think that contributed to our seat choice.
Right.
Because I have delicate, pasty white skin, okay?
Yes.
I burn.
Yes, my love. How would you describe the staff?
We had very little interaction with the staff.
Right.
Which is fine. I don't need a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
So that's fine. No, it was acceptable.
Yeah, I would describe them as acceptable, eager, and they're very busy and they have a lot to do. and they were perfectly acceptable, perfectly fine. So we ordered, and how would you describe the speed of the service? How long did we wait for our food?
We waited a bit, but it not terribly long.
Right.
You got your drink first, which helped us.
I ordered the large white mocha for $5.75. Not worth it, by the way, which we'll get into in a moment. But I feel the food did take a little while.
The food took a while.
But not too bad.
Not
it was
too
probably
bad.
like 15, 20 minutes.
And I wasn't surprised either because, like you said, it was very busy that day.
It was very busy. But on the other hand, they had very limited capacity. So it's not like they had 200 people they had to attend to at once. But it was busy. It was at their limit. So
yes.
Because when we first walked in, the picnic table that we sat at was occupied by another family. And then thankfully they left, so we got to sit there. Okay, so let's get to what we ordered. You ordered the Me Seeks box.
Everything has a quirky name as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, they do very unique, different types of food. Like if you want an egg McMuffin, go to McDonald's.
It is unique.
Yeah, this place is not going to have an egg McMuffin.
It's not Denny's.
Right. It's not Denny's. You had the Me Seeks box, which is described as, and it costs $9.25, by the way, described as an onion and cheddar omelet, baby spinach, brie, sun-dried tomato pesto, all on a toasted burger bun.
Right. So important to know, it's not an omelet. It's an omelet in a bun.
On a bun.
So it's a sandwich.
Very confusing. And how did you like it?
I adored it.
Really?
I loved it. It was very tasty.
Okay.
The brie is what got me.
Mm.
I'm a sucker for brie goat cheese. If anything has that, I'm drawn to it. It was delicious and savory.
Right. And would you say the Me Seeks box? Come up with more traditional names, please. Would you say it was worth $9.25?
Ooh.
It's a tough one, I know. We need the Jeopardy timer. Do. You have 30 seconds to answer. Yeah.
That's hard to answer because
No,
I don't know.
Is it worth 4 Egg McMuffins? Although Egg McMuffins are near $4 each now.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Is it worth is it worth $9.25? What would you say?
No.
Ooh.
Only because
I agree.
Because
yeah.
I think I mentioned this while we were eating too. If it had come with a side,
Right.
a little side salad, a little cup of fruit or fries,
Hash
but it
browns.
was just the sandwich
Yeah.
itself.
For $9.25. So you're saying it's not worth it. I got the egg picante Sammy, also for $9.25. It's described as, from the website, onion and cheddar omelet, bacon, habanero mint sauce, gochujang aioli, which I'm mispronouncing, on a toasted burger bun. Mine was excellent. Like, again, if you want an Egg McMuffin, go to McDonald's. This ain't no Egg McMuffin, but it was something unique and just different and lots of textures and tastes going on. But is it worth $9.25? I don't think so. I never mind. I don't think so. It was not. It could have been $7, $6. Would have absolutely been worth it. But it was very, very good. Good amount of spice. Not too much, but enough of a kick to let you know it was there. I enjoyed it immensely, but I'm sorry. It was not worth $9.25. That's a lot of money.
The thing is, after you eat the sandwich, you're not full. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Are you full and satisfied at the end of your order?
Right.
Or are you left wanting more?
Right. On the side, we got fingerling potatoes, described as roasted fingerling potatoes with a side of gochujang sauce. This cost $8, and that was really not worth it. It was some small potatoes.
They were so good, and I love the sauce.
Well, I would say the sauce was excellent.
Well,
The fingerling potatoes were ho-hum. They were fine, lightly fried.
potatoes are always great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sauce they came with was great. But it wasn't,
Right.
we shared them along with each of our sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I could have eaten my own. But again, for $8, we weren't going to spring for that.
Right. But I would say that fingerling potatoes were not worth it for $8. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Okay. I wanted a fancy drink because you were treating. So I was like, I'm going to get something yummy from the menu. I got a large white mocha. I don't know about coffee. I don't deal in that trade. I'm not into it, but I was hoping it was something yummy, something sweet. And it's described as, they say, we use only the finest white chocolate sauce for our white mochas. For $5.75, no, it was not worth. It was good. It was fine. It was serviceable, but it was not worth nearly $6 for a drink.
It did not look like a large. It looked like a medium.
Right.
So.
It was, and it wasn't full. But let's not get into super specifics. But yeah, for $5.75, not worth it. So overall, what's your rating, my love? From 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Treehouse Cafe?
I would rate it a 7.
That's good. I'll go with that. Having not thought about it until this moment.
Yeah, you didn't prepare me for that question.
That sounds perfectly fine. A 7, maybe a 7.5.
The ambiance definitely contributed. It was a beautiful weekend afternoon.
Right.
The flowers were blooming.
Right.
The weather was perfect.
Outdoor dining, good weather.
We were on a cute little date.
Yeah, we were on a day date.
It was very fun and enjoyable. And we both loved our sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like we said.
Absolutely. But not $9.25 worth of love, but we both loved our sandwiches. So a 7 from you, a 7.25 or 0.5 from me. That's our rating for Treehouse Cafe on 3rd Street. Now, we want to tell you what happened, which is a little diversion, a little side story, side quest, as they say in video games. So we get there, and like I said, the seating was all full. Thankfully, when we finally got out, the family left on the picnic table. Picnic table. So we got to sit at a picnic table, and we see a gentleman, who was at a table with 4 chairs.
With backs support for us old men, who was sitting by himself on his laptop. So he was sitting at a table that could have seated 4. Me and you were 2. He had a beverage, correct?
Yes. And he had a laptop, and he was sitting by himself. So I would have loved to sit there, but one guy taking up a table for 4 instead of us 2 people taking a table for 4. It would have been a much more efficient use of space.
So we were eyeing him. We were
Right.
waiting for him to leave.
We were eyeing him. We were giving him the side eye, the front eye, the back eye. We were just like, dude, you're one person on your laptop. First of all, how's the Wi-Fi? Second of all, you're not plugged into an outlet. How long was he there? 1 hour, 6 hours?
He was there when we arrived and
Right.
got in line.
Right.
And that was quite the wait. And
Right.
then waiting for the food was quite the wait.
So we sit down, we're at the picnic table, and then he gets up and leaves. And
Takes
we're like,
his laptop. Takes his laptop.
He takes his laptop, absolutely.
Seemingly no belongings left behind.
Right. And so we're like, great. I need back support. I'm an old man. Here's 4 seats with back support. We're at a picnic table. I'm in pain. I'm crying from pain. And so he gets up and leaves, and we're like, cool, this table's open. So we move right over.
This was before we got our food.
Right. We're like 3 feet from him, from that table. Our table is like a couple feet. Oh, what about social distancing? It's just a couple feet away. So he leaves. We're like, cool. So we hop on over to that table, which is a few feet away. And there was a book there.
There was a book there on the opposite side of the table from where he had been sitting.
Right.
So I gingerly picked it up. Well, first of all, it was a library book because it had the
Yes, it was a
little
library book.
yellow tape on the binder or whatever.
It did, yeah.
On the rind? What did they call that?
The spine.
Bind?
Spine.
Spine of the book. It was a library book. And okay, well, I don't want, no spoiler alert. I don't want to give it away. But I see this book, we see this book here and it's like, okay, there's a book here
Someone
left
a book
by
behind.
whoever. So I pick it up and I'm like, well, someone.
No, I gingerly picked it up.
You picked it up.
And I moved it to the table next to it. Where we had
To our picnic
to the
table.
bench that we had just vacated.
Right. And so we're like, okay, someone left a book here. We're not going to take it. We're just going to put it to the side. And hopefully someone comes and grabs it. And then so we're sitting at this new table with chairs, with backs on them. And then he had gone inside to order something. We didn't know this. We thought he left. But he had gone inside to order another $5.75 large white mocha or whatever. We were giving him the side eye. He was giving us from the side eye. He was giving us the side eye from inside the venue.
Unknown to us.
Right. And so he opens the door and he yells with furious anger.
He bellowed.
He said, "Hey, I'm coming back." And we were like, "Oh." I was taken aback. I was shocked. I was surprised.
Your back was shocked and devastated.
Right. Well, you pick up your laptop.
Yeah.
And you expect this seat to be saved. You give no indication that you're leaving. And I understand taking your laptop because you don't want it stolen. But if you're 15 feet away inside, just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, he was very close. He could have left it there. But was the book his?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So maybe that's what he thought was saving his spot.
Yeah, well, absolutely, but whatever. What are the social mores of saving a spot? Like we're two people, he's one. Was he there for 5 hours?
Well, he was there when we left. How much longer later? 40 minutes later when we left, he was still there.
That's right, he was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just maddening. Like two people, I don't know. It just drove me crazy. Like this guy. So what's up?
He was really rude in the way he said it to us.
Yeah.
Which irritated me.
Like, hey man, that's my library book, and if you didn't know, a library book left on a table means I'll be back. And was he going to come back in 10 minutes? Was he going to come back in 6 hours? It was I thought just unkempt. Like if he left out, okay, switch spots. If I was him and I came back and I saw someone take my spot at the table, two people, one an old man, 43-year-old old man, but very handsome, by the way, I would have been like, okay, my book is on another table. I will sit at this table now.
I would have sat at
Who cares?
I would have come back and just sat at the picnic table too.
Right.
No biggie.
Well, what was he doing on his laptop?
Maybe he needs the back support.
That's a pot. No, he was younger.
He did look younger.
He was younger.
Not much younger, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was bad. So he says, "Hey, I'm coming back," and we're like, "Oh, okay." So we move back to the picnic table. My lumbar aches out in pain. We put
heads hung down.
Yes,
sadly.
yes. Just sat shaking my head. SMH, shaking my dang head. We put his library book back on his table. And then we enjoyed sandwiches that were worth about $7, but not $9.25. So, Treehouse Cafe, 7 out of 10 from you. I'll give it a 7.25 or a 7.5.
Guy at the table next to us.
Guy at the table.
1 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Cero, as they say in Spanish.
I'm giving him a 1 because he had a library book, so he's a reader.
Wow, you are a reader too, my love. Okay, well, thank you for listening. This has been, let me bring up that document, West Sac Best Eats Episode 2, which airs only on KYWS 92.9 FM on your radio dial, serving and soothing West Sacramento. Thank you for joining us. Have a fabulous day.